Hello, my name is Ben, and on this YouTube channel I document my own print-on-demand journey. How can you scale your print-on-demand designs? So a few people have asked me if I could show how I can automate the design process, scale designs automatically. That allows you to create a design, or to scale a design out that you have created that maybe took you half an hour to design, or maybe it was even faster. If you want to scale that out across different niches, or across different birthday years, for example, if someone was born 1970, you can include that on the design. I've sold quite a few of them, especially on Amazon KDP. Scalable designs are now also allowed on Spreadshirt. That wasn't the case before. I think it was in many years before, but now they have reintroduced that. So there was a temporary ban on these because Spreadshirt were concerned that people were spamming the website, but now they actively, I wouldn't say encourage people to do it, but they have stopped that ban of designs which are scaled out. So how do you do that? I made a video, I think a few months ago, about another software which was called Automate Canvas, which did essentially a very similar thing, but it wasn't that reliable, so it stopped working, and I complained to them, but they actually didn't do anything about it, so they refunded me. I had to find an alternative, and the alternative that I found is called Merge Titans Automation. So Merge Titans, they also, no, sorry, it's not Merge Titans Automation. Merge Titans Automation is the upload tool they have. So you can also upload automatically to print-on-demand websites with Merge Titans. But what I use is Canvas Titans. And by the way, I'm not affiliated with them. You can still check them out. Obviously, I use the software. What you do, Canvas Titans, you can, now with them you have to have an account, and then you can add the Canvas Titans Chrome extension. It costs, I think, $9.90 per month. They also have a tutorial video here if you want to have a look at that, but essentially they will tell you the same thing that I tell you here. And yeah, you can see monthly $9.99 or annually, where you would get it for $6.66 per month. So I actually think about getting the annual one because I use it regularly, because I need to be able to save time doing this print-on-demand stuff with all the other things I've got going on, like other online businesses and also family and full-time job. But anyway, how does it work? So I'm in the Chrome browser now, so you need the Chrome browser because it is a Chrome extension. Now let's just create a very simple design here for the purpose of this video, and I'm going to show you then how it works. Let's just, honestly choose a very, very simple one to show you how that works. So this also, by the way, is also a way to create a design quickly. So we could say, whatever, caravan champion sense. Obviously you can you can do whatever you like here, but I'm just going to show you how you can do this from start to finish. I like these sunset designs, as you might know if you know my previous videos that I did. They sell fairly well. I get these on Creative Fabrica, but also on allsunsets.com. By the way, you don't really need to go onto allsunsets.com because you can get these on Creative Fabrica from the same designers. They are actually on Creative Fabrica as well, so you don't need the All Sunsets subscription, which isn't expensive anyway, but just in case. So, and that is pretty much what you need to do. Roughly center it, and then we could add that caravan here from the Canva Pro elements, and there you go. There's your design. I saw quite a few of similar ones. You don't need much more anyway. It's good enough, to be honest. Yes, for every genuine design out there, this is not hand drawn. But it is a design that customers will buy. Now what you do now, normally I would add a few more elements, but for the purpose of this video, this will be good. What you want to make sure, this is a variable, so you could have up to, I think, 5 variables with Canvas Titans on here. so you can have 5 things changing at the same time. But what we do, we just add the year here. For example, it could be 1970, right? So for everybody who loves driving caravans or towing caravans, camping with caravans, who was born in 1970, that could be a video for that person. So what we need to do now, we need to tell the software what kind of what do you want to have replaced by this what do you want to have replaced by the variable. Yeah, so how do you want to replace the variable? So we do this by using an Excel sheet, which actually comes with the software. So this is just an Excel sheet, and here you have already pre-filled out the 6 headers from var1, variable 1, to variable 6, and the file name. So I'm currently using only var1, which is also why you can see here var1. If I wanted the second one as well, for example, that could now be January to December, yeah, then I would have to have var2 somewhere in here as well. But for the sake of simplicity, I'm not going to show you that. And also you've got the file name. So how do you want the name of the file to be when you're actually downloading it from Canva? And it's downloading it automatically. So I think it's quite convenient to have the year, that whatever you have in the variable, also here in the file name. So I'm gonna save that now. I'm gonna close that, and what we're going to do, we're going to start that design process. So on here, these are all my Chrome extensions, but we can go to Canvas Titans. What we do now is we choose that CSV file, which I just showed you. I click on the mode download because I want to download it, right? Then I click on, well, actually I'm going to show you a dry run, so you can just cycle the variables just to see if things work well. Because what could happen if you don't have a year, for example, which is fairly simple because it only has 4 digits, but if you make a city design and you just want to swap the city names out because they vary in length, it can sometimes get a bit messy. So you want to make sure that even the longest city name still fits onto the page here, onto the design. And for that reason, before you download them all, you just want to make that dry run without downloading them. So what you choose is cycle variables, and then as you can see, it's now creating designs for me. And that is a great way how you can create, you know, if you wanted to create whatever, 1,000 designs per day. I mean, yes, they won't be bestsellers probably, but they are actually suitable to create consistent designs, and it allows you to use your daily upload limits. The thing is, the websites allow you to do it. The websites allow you to, the print-on-demand sites allow you to upload scalable designs. So if you look on Amazon, for example, you find tons of these scalable designs. And yes, it is a way of spamming the marketplace. That is true. But there are customers who buy them. So there are people who are actually looking for them. And the thing is, because people are doing it, and if you're not doing it, you're potentially losing out on potential business. And especially as you have these upload slots, my view is you can do it. And these tools exist, so why not? It's good for everybody who doesn't have time to manually create a lot of designs. Also, if you don't want to spend money on an external designer, it's a good way of doing that. Because essentially, if you pay money to an external designer, it's the same thing. You just outsource the process, you get a lot of designs back, and then you upload them. But why wouldn't you automate the process? And also, if you are on Amazon Merch in the higher tiers, honestly, there's no other way to fill these slots that you have. So essentially, people who are in the higher tiers, like 100,000 or even higher, these people use these tools to fill their slots. And you know, if you want to get there at some point, you probably need to think about doing something like this as well. So get used to the idea if you're interested in it. By no means you have to do it, but it is just a way that might make it easier for some of you guys to upload, especially if you are using an upload tool anyway. So if you have, for example, subscribed to Flying Upload, or using Lazy Merge or Merge Titans Automation, or what else is out there? There is the Merge Informer. They have an uploader as well. Now, if you use any of them, and for example, you have 60 uploads per day on Redbubble for free, you know, instead of losing them, potentially you might want to check this out. If you're not doing it, that's fine, but this is an easy way to do it. And now, how do you download them? Right, so we start the same process again, selecting that CSV file, which is just an Excel file. We go to download this time, we choose PNG. Now, what you want to do to use this, you need to have the premium subscription of Canva, Canva Pro, but that is actually not expensive, and I think it's worth having for everybody who's doing any sort of online content anyway, or especially print on demand. So how you give this folder now a name, and you don't need to create this folder beforehand. You just give a folder a name, and then it will download it into your downloads folder, into that subfolder, so the software will actually create that subfolder. Okay, so I've just hit submit. I had to swap to the other Chrome browser, because on the Chrome browser I actually showed it to you. I didn't have the license available, so you can have only one license with one subscription to Canvas, to the Automate Canvas. And if you have one laptop and two Chrome browsers, which you can have because I've got the development browser and the proper browser, then yeah, I sometimes mix it up. So, but this is what it's doing now. So it is, I clicked submit, and it's now downloading all these files into one folder. By the way, I've selected the 4500 by 5400 dimensions. And what it does now, it will download now all the files from 1950 to 2021, I believe. So 70 designs straight away, and then you can upload them basically all in the same day to Redbubble, for example, or Spreadshirt if you're in the upper tiers, in the higher tiers, or Merge by Amazon if you are at the higher tier. Again, now what you can't do when you're doing this, I wouldn't recommend have anything running on your laptop at the same time. So you can, of course, you can go away from your laptop and then do other things. What you shouldn't do is do anything on your laptop, because what could happen, it could stop that macro from running, and then it would just produce an error, and you probably, you know, it will stop downloading. Basically, that's all what happens. But you don't want to interrupt that process, because it just steals your time again if you have to set it up again. But as you can see here, in just a few minutes you can create a design, a simple design in Canva. And to be fair, that design, even though it took me only probably a minute to create, it's not a bad design. I'm sure it will sell due to the colors, especially now in summer. People like to go out with their caravan or RV, and you know, when you look on Redbubble, there are many worse designs than that, and that might actually sell. And you can see it does it fairly quickly. It probably does it even quicker than you would be able to do it manually, because you would have to go in, double click on that text field down there, change the year, then manually download, make all the ticks, you know, that you want a transparent background. So it does it quicker, and it does it without you. I could now go away. I could even set it up for 500 downloads, and then it will probably run for a couple of hours, and I could do something else. And when you're finished, you have your 500 downloads. What you could then do going forward, if you have an Excel file set up, where you can just, and maybe you have similar ones, right? So if you have an Excel sheet set up, and you just copy your file, the folder, then the directory of this these files into that Excel file. Then depending on which uploader you use, you can just import this Excel file into the uploader, and in potentially just 5 minutes you would have your, depending on how you do it in Excel, but you could have all your descriptions automatically loaded into your upload tool. So what it means that, you know, let's say you have 5-minute manual involvement in creating the design, and then maybe another 5 minutes to set up the Excel file. If you've done some pre-work on that, what you could then do is, within 10 minutes in total manual work, you will have for your whatever 100 designs, or how many you're downloading, you could have everything done, and the uploader does the rest. So you only work 10 minutes, but you're uploading 100 designs to these print-on-demand websites, and essentially that's, in my opinion, the only way to run a print-on-demand business part-time if you're not outsourcing the design process and if you want to make decent sales and still use your upload limits. Alright, this is pretty much it. It's continuing to download. I'm going to upload these later probably. And yeah, hopefully you liked the video. If you did, then please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Bye!